Oh, hello there, friend. I am currently working on a piece of content for a new Mimic Method platform for learners of Brazilian Portuguese, and I thought I'd give you a little sneak peek into my workflow here as a opportunity to demonstrate to you one of my core values and the core strengths of this program, which is precision. I got two core values, flow and precision, and they're kind of fraternal twin brother sister because in order for you to get into flow, to really feel one in the conversation, let the language channel through you, you first need to precisely calibrate your tongue, your lips, your ear, your body, your face, all of the little components to what people are doing, what the native speakers are creating with their bodies to produce sounds. So how do you do that in our app? Well, I've already shown you what it looks like when we do the training. We take a song, in this case, in French, Au clair de la lune, and we listen to it.
Au clair de la lune, mon ami Pierrot.
So you see there's precision occurring here on two levels. One, we're very precise on what the person is actually doing with their mouth. In the French written form, we have au clair de la lune. But when people actually speak, these things flow together. Au clair de la lune, mon ami Pierrot. So when you learn the phonetic alphabet, when you learn my flow script notation, this gives you precision in your articulation, placement of your tongue, lips, everything else to create the sounds. But it's not just getting the right articulation precise. You also need to be precise in your timing. So as you see here in the app, the highlight is moving with the syllables.
Au clair de la lune, mon ami Pierrot.
Now you'll notice that this is very precisely timed, and I want to explain a bit about why that's such an important factor here. There is a concept in cognitive science called multi-sensory integration. And the idea is that in order for something to become real and properly perceived, you want to have multiple sensory inputs converging on it at the same time. So in this case, we are hearing the sound
Au clair de la lune.
and we are seeing it. So we're hearing these syllable transitions and we're seeing it visually depicted with this red square highlight moving. And that convergence of the visual and the auditory makes these syllable boundaries more real. When you add the third sensory dimension of your movement and the fourth of the tactile touch and feeling, then things really start to come together. But that's the idea. This only works, however, if our timing is precise. If our timing is sloppy and off, it leaves you this kind of unsatisfied, vague feeling, and the magical effect is nowhere near as powerful. So how are we able to get this precision in our timing? Well, that's what I'm going to show you right now because I am working on a Brazilian Portuguese song. And it sounds like this.
Era uma casa muito engraçada, não tinha teto, não tinha nada.
All right, so these are these kind of simple children's songs I'm putting for everybody in each language to start you off. Now you see here I have in this software, I have these labels here. And it goes like this.
Era uma casa muito engraçada, não tinha.
And what I'm doing is I'm listening to each of these syllables very precisely at 10% of the speed. So I can come here and reduce the tempo from 240 to 24. And now it sounds like, where are we at? It sounds like this. So you see this kazam, this. So I'm really trying to scrub it just to the moment where it comes off. Yes. And then it starts to come down on the zzz. This is my zzz right here. I give that first syllable a little bit of zzz, and then the end part of the zzz becomes this one. Alright? So this is what I'm doing. I'm listening to this at 10% speed, and I'm sliding these things by milliseconds to get the precise timing. And I'm continually refine the process, and eventually I'll have other people help so we can produce even more of this content at scale. But I just wanted to kind of give you a glimpse at what it is we're doing here and how different this process and this program is from anything else you can find out there. No one is going nearly as deep into the weeds as I am here. And it really does make a difference, because really what distinguishes the mimic method from everybody else is that we are dealing with raw reality of speech. We're not at the abstract level of vocab and grammar, though we do have methods for dealing with those things. None of that really comes together unless you get things calibrated precisely at the ground level. What am I doing with my mouth? What am I doing with my tongue, my lips, my body and face? And when am I doing it? What's the anatomy? What's the mechanics? What's the timing? What's the touch? These details, when you really become part of this world of precision, then things start to flow for real. And one last point I'll make is that we get down in the weeds and calibrate at the precision level and get super methodical and analytical until those things become part of our muscle memory, our intuition, our unconscious mind. Then we relax it all. Then we just kind of get into the spirit, into the flow of the language, and just speak and mimic. When I'm out there in the streets mimicking people, I'm not necessarily going down to this level of analysis, because I already did all the work and I've laid that foundation. So now it just becomes easy. So people witness that and they're like, oh, wow, you have this really good natural talent for mimicking. And what they don't see is this level of depth that I went in ahead of time to create that talent, right? So that's why I wanted to show you. Hopefully this inspires you to get down in the weeds with me. What I can say is you should not be intimidated by this process, because we work you through and walk you through step by step. And then once you are in each of these steps, is really trance inducing. Like, I love doing this little precision scrubbing and finding things. Like, I get so focused and so deep work flow, which is not just enjoyable in the moment, but that's also good for my brain in general. When I need to do a couple of hours of deep flow work every day in order for me to feel like centered and balanced. So I'm super excited to provide another modality for you guys to get into deep flow as you're scribing and syncing and getting into the weeds with me. All right. So if you like this video, please comment, subscribe. Let me know if you have any questions, and stay tuned. The full version of this program will be launching soon. So link in the description to join the waiting list, and I will see you next time.